Don't you all worry about that. It's 2 o'clock Monday, and this is part of our Success series, and we're so happy to have you all here with us today. Let's talk about tuning up your digital strategy. All right, first of all, in order to tune up your digital strategy, you must first have a digital strategy. And that begins by deciding like which technologies are you going to invest in, how to make the most of those investments. And as a Keller Williams associate, you have a variety of technologies to choose from. These are all at your fingertips. And in this session, we're going to show you how to leverage KW technology to help you improve your online image and your brand, help you engage your audience, gain SEO, and attract future buyers and sellers. Now, if there's anything else that you all wanted to cover today, please let us know. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to submit those questions through the GoToWebinar questions module. We're so happy to have you all here. All right, here is what is on our agenda. We're going to talk about the KW technology tools and the resources that are available to you. We're going to talk about your online presence. What do you look like online? Some digital mistakes people are making, how to avoid them, and getting responsive. All right, let's get started with KW technology tools and resources. We have a vast variety of lead generation networks, and our lead generation networks include national level websites like kwluxuryhomes.com, kwcommercial.com, kwcanada.com, and of course kw.com, and that will help consumers with our agents or find agents, connect with agents, I should say, in just a few clicks as possible. And now introducing the new KW websites. That's an additional technology tool that's available to you. So these are ways that you can be found on KW, the national websites through a national presence, or if you're with any of these divisions, these are ways that you will quickly and easily be found on KW. So market center websites have numerous lead capture opportunities. Those can all be tailored to match the brands of the brokers that are seeking a great custom website. Every Keller Williams associate receives a search engine optimized profile page. We're going to go into that next. So what we see here is that we have some tools available to us, some ways that our online presence is going to be exposed, if you will. So we have to be aware that our online presence can quickly be exposed. We are already out there. Even if we're not doing anything on our own, our online image is already out there. So that leads to the question, what do you look like online? You have to think about that. When you have had a discussion with someone about potentially buying or selling a home, you've given them some information, you've told them a little bit about yourself. They know, hopefully, that you're with Keller Williams and that you have branded yourself pretty well. So they at least know the name of your group, your team, your company, and or they know your name and that you're with Keller Williams. At the very least, they know you're in real estate. Well, what's one of the first things that they are going to do once they find you online? And I'll wait for some, or once they've spoken to you, I probably gave away the answer, but once they've spoken to you, what is one of the first things that they're going to do when they get home near a computer or near a mobile device? And what would you do? Let's say that you met somebody that was in a particular type of business and you might have some interest in doing business with them. What's one of the first things that you would do? And the answer's coming in pretty clearly, and that's I would Google them. I'd find them through social media, through Facebook, so on and so forth. So that is one of the reasons that you need to make sure that your KW profile page looks great. Okay, we do have the profile completeness score available on your profile page on My KW. One important thing to remember is it is not imperative that you are at 100% on your profile. It's great. It gives you the best online presence. But for example, if you're not using some of the social media platforms such as LinkedIn or Twitter or Google+, you certainly don't want to advertise that you are active in those social media platforms just to satisfy the score of 100%. So let's be very clear on that. Now, every Keller Williams agent receives an online profile page. This can be found if you're doing an agent search on the national level or office level websites. Any of these websites that you were doing a search for an associate, the agent profile page will come up. If you are a KW luxury agent, your luxury profile will show. If you're a commercial agent, your commercial profile will show, and so forth. So your profile can easily be found through Keller Williams sources. And we want you to think of this as just one of the ways that they're going to be able to find you. Now, the moment you're activated in KW, you're going to enter just a few pieces of information on your White Pages profile editor, and your profile will appear in those agent searches. Not only does it appear in those agent searches, if you were, or anyone was to do a search for your first name dash last name, the word Keller Williams, the word real estate, or the word realtor, if you have that as a part of your profile, the very first thing that will show up is your profile page. It's really quite remarkable on the search engine optimization that this page will bring you. That's really important to remember, because if someone's looking for you and they find you on KW, they find your KW Google, they find your KW profile on Google, and they click on contact me, do you know where that contact information is going? You need to check your White Pages profile in order to be sure that happens. If they click on any of the social media links, are those links taking them to the locations that you want? Are they taking them to active pages? Do you have a great profile video? Because most times people are going to watch a video rather than read about you. They certainly will click on a video if they see your face on there. So these are all available through the KW profile page. Someone was asking, how do we add the profile video? Mandy, I will provide you that instruction right as soon as we're done with the content. It's a great question. Thank you. And we always want you to think of your profile page as your online business card, because it comes with its own unique URL. We have a whole video series on the profile page, which will lead you to as well, in the same place that we have on how to add your profile, your video to your profile. And we want you to take advantage of this. This is a great opportunity to become pop up first on Google with the appropriate information. All right, let's talk about your Google profile. Did you know that Google is considered the second most used social media platform? It's in over 31 markets, over 300 million people are using it. The activity, though, that is seen, every ounce of interaction that is seen in Google, that's the plus ones, any comments, anything you share, anything you review, that adds up to a major factor on how Google continues to measure your site relevancy. Okay, so I want you all to think about that. If you have your Google Plus profile, tells where you've worked, where you're working now, what you're doing, what you've done, who you know, the circles that you have created, the people that are in your circles, the videos that you have added to YouTube, the blogs that you have created in your blogger account, any pictures that you've added to Google Plus, and any reviews that you've done for others. Just those things in themselves will relate you to real estate. Will relate you to real estate in, for example, Austin, Texas. Will relate you in real estate in Austin, Texas at Keller Williams. Will relate you in real estate in Austin, Texas with Keller Williams, who happens to be in these circles with these other peoples who have created this relevancy. You see, Google takes every single piece of this interaction and it puts it together, and it's really building truly your online profile. I mean, it's truly building your online digital profile. So really think about that. It's vital that you understand the importance of Google Plus. It's not that it's not Facebook. It certainly is not Facebook. It's completely different. But Google brings you a lot more relevance in search engine results. You'll never see a Facebook post show up in the first results of Google because of stuff you have posted to Facebook. That's one of the things to remember. So Google Plus is so much more powerful when it comes to search engine optimization. Plus, it connects you with other customers on Google. It's gonna, whether they're looking for you on through a Google search, through Maps, Google Plus, any of their, even using mobile devices in these mediums, they will be able to find you. And an attractive website with proper Google local listing proves that it's trustworthy through Google and through consistent engagement. So this becomes what we call a trusted site. All right. Now, we're talking about what you look like online. So there's some things that we can do to improve that. One of the ways of improving that is to add some Google alerts. So some of the Google alerts we could add is Google alerts about real estate, about the interest rates, about certain things that are happening in our area. Certain things that are happening in our specific area that only have to do with those that only will matter to those individuals that are in the area. So let's say, for example, property taxes. If there's a specific property tax issue or a specific issue that is coming up that will affect the homeowners in your niche, you want to be notified of that. You want to be the first to help provide that information to those homeowners, to be seen as the source. This is a great way for you to do that, is to create a Google alert specifically for those reasons. One is that when you are alerted, you can jump into the discussions potentially. This is a great way for you to insert your brand in those discussions. Give your opinion, give your input, give your professionalism come from contribution. Another great Google alert to set up is with your competitors. See what your competitors are up to. See what they are doing when they're doing it. You can be the first to know. And when it comes to our online image, you know, sometimes a proactive approach is better. Sometimes it has to be reactive. You're going to be the first to know when people are talking about you, be it good or be it bad, because the Google alert will come up. Lots and lots of training available on setting up your Google alerts. I would just simply Google how to set up Google alerts. Now be sure when you are setting up a Google alert, you're setting it up on the account that you typically check. So for example, Annie Agent is setting up a Google alert on her annieagent@kw.com account. We all have a Google account. It's one of the reasons we're incorporating this as one of the tools that we have. We all have Google accounts that we can use to establish our Google Plus and our alerts. Let's talk a little bit about social media. So social media can be our friend, it can be our enemy. You know, publishing inappropriate updates, we always want to be careful with that. We all know there's certain lines we shouldn't cross on social media, especially on your business accounts. But you know that we're going to say that we already know that. I hope we already know that. There are some things maybe you don't know. Promoting your business too overtly or too often. We want to avoid that with your social media. You don't want to be overly promoting. Sharing listings is great. Promoting specific offers and showing coming soons, showing your solds is great, but occasionally, right? Don't be that agent. We'll just leave it at that. Now, as mentioned, posting pictures and information for your real estate listings is great. It's also encouraged on most viral-based social mediums like Facebook, Instagram, so forth. But some agents take these social updates a little bit too far. They exaggerate the features. Sometimes they doctor the photos, even to make them look more appealing. That's not going to be of value to anyone when they go to visit the house. Yes, you may get a lot of hits on it, but that's not going to help you with the end result. Now, as we mentioned, sporadic personal updates, like a photo from your holiday party, without any beverages in the background preferably, or hanging out with your family is great, but the majority of your content should be work related if it is on your business platform. Photos, videos of the latest listings is good, but content like your local housing market reports, business updates, those are things that come from contribution. Showing people the features of a home are good, but that's a very small market. We could reach an even larger market if we become the source. Becoming the source is providing local information to your blogs or information in your, even through social, through your in your social media. Add those helpful links, those helpful tips, that helpful information. And of course, we want to open up. There's a lot of things out there that in social media, some stuff that you're just not maybe familiar with. How many of you have actually tried to or have created a Vine? A Vine is a very short video. You'll be amazed at how many of the future buyers are looking at Vines. If you can get really good at creating that 8-second video and getting that information out there that they need to digest, the better you can get at doing that. The earlier you start, you can start targeting that audience. You'll do very well. So start looking into different platforms. You just never know, because you never know when the next Facebook will become MySpace, and then who will become the next Facebook. So we can't just rely on one. We can get good, master one. Now let's move on to the other. All right, and let's look at some digital mistakes and how to avoid them. Here's some of the things that we run into when we're reviewing certain aspects of social media posts and websites. These are some of my favorite would be poor lighting, which is kind of difficult for us to determine as agents. We're not photographers, but if we do often want to just get those pictures and get that house in the MLS, sometimes that could be our enemy, because we always intend on going back and getting the pictures. So you have to decide, is just any picture okay, or is the better picture okay? Is it worth it to me to spend a little bit more money? We spent money on staging. We spent money on getting the yard cleaned up. Is it now worth spending some money and taking the time to get the right pictures? So those can be all done. Poor lighting, low quality, pixelated photos. That's probably one of the worst. Those are just so difficult to see. Outdated photos. So there's an example of a pixelated picture that we want to put those pictures that are much more clear for us. So let's look at some video things, people that do with video. Some of the things that we have found people that do with video is too lengthy. Can any of you tell me what the new model, the new time limit for a video should be? I mentioned Vines. Those are 8 seconds, less than 8 seconds. I'm not going to expect you all to do a video in less than 8 seconds, but what would you say your video time, approximate video time would be? I'm seeing, I'll wait for a few more to come in and I'll just continue on here. Let's talk about no clear audience. So, sometimes we're just doing a video for content, but who are we speaking to? Is there a specific audience that we are wanting to reach? Boring. Is it boring? Because we are going to lose our the attention of our viewer. In fact, we will lose their attention in less than 10 seconds. I hope you all understand that. So I've got answers anywhere from no more than 3 minutes, less than 2 minutes, 120 seconds. So those of you that said anything over a minute, when we're done with today's presentation, I want you to sit quietly for 1 minute, and you will see how unbelievably long a minute is. It is unbelievably long. So we're going to say 15 to 30 seconds. Can you believe that? I got answers, 120 seconds, less than 2 minutes. That is just way too long of a video. If you can get your videos down 15 to 30 seconds, what we sometimes call an elevator pitch, how would you market your business to somebody if you were speaking to them in an elevator between floors? You might want to try that and see if you can do it. Tammy asked a great question, and actually a great comment. She said, shouldn't it depend on the information? And that is a great question, Tammy. It should depend on I would agree with that. It does depend on the information. But the only time anyone's going to watch a video for more than 30 seconds, if it is completely engaging. In other words, it is providing them with so much unbelievable information that they don't want to click off. Most times people will leave. So another thing you might want to consider is doing a video in several parts. So then you can say, when I'm done, when this video finishes, click here, which you can do in YouTube, and link it to another video. That way, when they're reviewing videos, they see the time. That's the first thing people are going to do. Even if they see the information is quality and credible, they're going to look at the time first. So the first thing they're going to want to say is how long am I going to take to watch this? The title sounds very enticing, but how long is it going to take my time? Those are the two things that people look at. So then you can put those videos into different pieces. Tammy says the ones that really need the information that will watch it, right? Not necessarily, because they have 10 seconds to decide whether or not they're going to watch that information. So if you can capture them in that 10 seconds, that tells them, do they need to watch it? So I wouldn't count on that theory there, Tammy, that if they need to watch it, they will. Not necessarily. So let's work on shortening the videos, putting them in parts, and really creating a great enticing title. So we don't only want to use YouTube to post our videos. YouTube is a great platform to post our videos, and in fact, the second we put anything on YouTube, it immediately gets Google love. It immediately gets Google love because Google owns YouTube. It's very simple. So we're going to get a lot of Google juice out of YouTube, but the real key to creating a video is to put that content on your websites, on your blogs, in your social media posts, throughout your digital conversations. That video and that information, that blog, all of that needs to be shared pretty heavily. Even if you create a blog, say, now watch a video on what we just talked about. Incorporate all of those together. That's how you're going to get the true true value of your posts. Otherwise, you're just posting to one medium, which is great. It's a great medium, but it's not the best thing. And the best thing is to spread it out there. All right, and then the last one is what I call vertical unawareness. All videos should be recorded horizontally because that's how most screens are. And in fact, a lot of times when you post a vertical video, it will show up vertically because the players don't know how to handle it. So please Start recording your videos in horizontal mode. It will automatically change for you on most devices. Sandra, I'll answer your question right after we're done with today's content. All right, now, any of the online digital strategies that we have taken up, that we have looked at, they're going to do us zero amount of good, and I mean zero amount of good, if there are no calls to action when they reach their destination. Okay, it is so vital that we have calls to action in our videos, in our Google Plus posts, in our Facebook posts. Any of those need to have some sort of call to action. Contact me if, fill out this form. All of those are vital in your digital strategy, because without it, you are just providing a lot of information. You're a great information source, but outside of that, you're not going to gain any leads. You're not going to gain any business. So one of the biggest digital mistakes that we make is not providing a call to action, providing a lot of great content, a lot of great information coming straight from contribution, zero call to action. Now, if you make a mistake with your real estate website, the rest of your online marketing, it's just simply not going to work, right? The reason is because you're not going to be able to bring in any leads, any new clients very effectively. One of the common errors that agents are continuing to have in this digital age is having a non-responsive website. Now, luckily, at KW, you will be getting a responsive website in the very near future. All of you will. Some of you might even be part of the early adopters. So what is a responsive website? Well, first of all, responsive website means that your website looks and functions the same on mobile devices as it does on desktop computers, as it does on tablets. This is important to many customers because how many of you are now using your phone and your tablet to access the internet? I'm going to say probably all of you. Data shows that most visitors will ditch your site on a mobile device if it's not optimized for a smartphone or tablet. And in fact, most sites that you come to will say either click here to download the app or go to the full site. So it will take you to the option to download the app as opposed to taking you to a mobile responsive site. Mobile response in real estate websites, it's just simply a must. So think if you have a buyer or you have a seller, they're scouring your site for listings, they find the text is too small, the images don't load, they can't navigate it, and they can't fill out a call to action. That's the most important thing because the forms and those calls to action aren't available on a non-mobile optimized site. So with a responsive website, your audience is going to be able to clearly view all your content. They're going to be able to take all the actions that they need to with ease, such as filling out forms. And they're just simply going to expect nothing less. Okay, so here is what our action items are. First is know where to find your KW technology resources. I've got a couple questions on those right now, so I'm going to answer those questions. I'm going to show you where you can find, I think we need to, someone's asking a question on how do I access my Google account, and then how do I add video to my profile. So that's the first thing. Know where to find your KW technology resource. That includes training. Find and score your online image. Hey, scoring is entirely up to you. You can grade yourself on a curve if you need to. That's perfectly fine. But put yourself a 1 to 5, 1 to 10 rating scale and just score it. 1 is bad, 10 is the best, and see what you think after our discussion. Then identify any digital mistakes. Of course, remove any or replace any that are necessary. And next is to get ready for responsive design with KW websites, because we're looking forward to you all getting ready for that. We should see those in the next few weeks. All right, so now what are your additional questions? Did you have any ahas? What are you taking away from it? My question to you is, what is the one thing that you took out of today's presentation that you can do by doing that? Everything will be easier or unnecessary. Love to hear that from you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and answer some of the questions. By the way, this presentation is not being recorded. However, it will be represented in a shorter format so that you don't have to sit through a 30-minute presentation. We do break down these presentations into about less than 10 minutes. So we'll be able to re-record this for you all and have it up probably by early next week. So let me go ahead and visit mykw.kw.com, and I'll bring that screen in here in just a moment so I can show you all. Okay, I'm going to show my screen, and one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to take you out to the resources that you need to go to find out how to access your Google account, how to add your YouTube video to your KW profile, how to manage your KW profile. And we are going to do that right here on mykw.kw.com. That's the screen that's showing now. We're going to hover over the education menu, and we're going to drop down to KW Connect. When you click on KW Connect, that will take you to the KW Connect menu. This is actually going to change on January 1st. How exciting is that? There's a couple things you can do in here. You can search for keywords, but if you want to minimize your search results, I would click on the Agents link. Once you click on Agents, then you can see our list of technology training opportunities, okay? So one of the first places you can go to is Technology Setup. When you click on Technology Setup, here is your KW Technology checklist. And if you look at KW White Pages, this is where you're going to add your White Pages or manage your White Pages profile. That's the first thing that we were talking about today. Now, the next one that was asked is YouTube profile. So I'm going to type in the keywords profile and the keyword YouTube. And then you'll see that you have how to add a YouTube video to your profile page. It's a 1-minute video that you can watch and learn how to add your profile to your profile video to your profile page. All right. The next question was, where can we access our Google account through KW? So there's a couple of things that you want to do, Sandra, and others that are on the call. The first thing you want to do, Sandra, is you want to hover over the technology menu, as I'm doing now, and you're going to drop down to KW email. So once again, you'll hover over the technology menu, click on KW email, and then that will take you to a KW Google Apps for Business email page. If you look at the sign up or manage your KW email is even a better place to click on. You'll see your KW email address, which is listed right here. This will be your KW email address. Then all you have to do from here is to visit Google. Once you're at Google, you'll see the sign in option, and then sign in with your KW email account. Okay, just like you would accessing any other Google account. So hopefully that answered that question. All right, I like the ahas that are coming in. They're adding calls to action to YouTube. Google Plus interaction needs to be increased. Thank you for that. Cindy says, other than YouTube and Vines, what other media suggested SEO websites? So I would say LinkedIn is always a great place to, if you are going to look into social media, that would be good because that's going to help you locate your past employers and people that you've worked with, past coworkers, I should say. So Sean is asking, is it important to have websites for buyers, separate websites for sellers? For example, eEdge and eAgency. Why do we still have two? Right now, Sean, we are bringing in a third that will appeal to everyone. We did have a buyer and seller website, and we found that too many choices for our agents is too many. So we are going to give them a single website. One of the downsides with the eAgency and the eEdge website is they are not mobile optimized like the new KW websites are. It would take us a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money to convert those into mobile optimized sites. They would never be what the new KW websites already are. So it would, that's why we will be moving to a mobile optimized platform that has indexable listings and all of the newest, latest and greatest technologies that are needed for a new real estate website. And then the eAgency and eEdge websites will fade away in the next year or so. If you use a separate email, Sandra, that's fine. You can always use your KW Google account to access your KW account. So it doesn't have anything to do with your current Google email or Google accounts. This is your own KW Google account. You can choose to use it or not. Oh, I like that, Kevin. This is one of the best ahas I heard, and I want everyone to do this as well. This should have been an action item on ours. Review, this is Kevin's, his review is to review his online profile at least each quarter because things change so quickly. Outstanding, Kevin. That is exactly right. Hey, I am way out of time. You all did a good job in keeping me busy, and hope you took a lot away from today's presentation. This is one of the newest of our success series, so we're kind of proud of it, and we hope you all took a lot out of it. We want to thank you all so much for being a part of today's presentation. And as always, hey, don't forget to stay on the edge of real estate technology by using KW technology. I want you to make it a great day at Keller Williams. Thanks again for being here.